Hi guys, it's me Sam here today, and today we are going to be talking about the new Care Bears Wet n Wild collab. I'm really excited. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Sam. I'm a makeup enthusiast, and if you are interested in seeing this collection, continue watching. Alright, so I did pick up a bunch of the products. I was super surprised. I was at my Walmart actually looking for some containers and saw the display and picked up a bunch of products. So we're gonna go over everything. Let's kind of go over the details. Now, the prices of the products that I picked up were at Walmart here in Massachusetts. I feel like the prices are going to be ranging depending on where you pick it up from, where you live, all of that. So I'm just gonna go off the list price here, what they have on Trendmood, because I'm pretty sure that they picked that up from the website. So the Handlewood Care makeup bag retails for $17, and this is what she looks like. It actually fit everything from the collection in there with some other makeup products. I did like test everything out just to see what would actually fit in this, and it's actually pretty well made for a makeup bag, and I actually am excited about using that bag myself. You know, I did consider giving it to my daughters, but really it's just for me. Like, they don't care about Care Bears and I'm like super excited about it because I was born in the 80s. Care Bears was my jam. Who remembers Popples? Because I really loved Popples as well, and I feel like Care Bears definitely overshadow Popples. I like them both, but let me know if you remember Popples. I also picked up the eyeshadow palette, the Caring Counts eyeshadow palette, and this retails also for $17. I'm gonna insert me swatching the shadows. Yeah, me swatching the shadows. I have to say the eyeshadows were really pigmented. I was really surprised by the swatches and went out on nice and smoothly, especially the matte shadows. The shimmer shadows were pretty dry, so they didn't go on quite as smoothly, but they did show up quite nicely, and I felt very excited about playing with the eyeshadows in general. There are two pigment pressed eyeshadows, which is Bedtime Bear, which is kind of like it looks like it's a pressed glitter in the palette, but it's actually a shadow with just big chunks of glitter. And then Best Friend Bear, which is the dark purple in the palette, that is also a pressed pigment. I also picked up the bronzer in Live, Laugh, Hug, which is $6, and then we picked up the Do What You Love blush, also $6, and the Let Your Light Shine highlighter, also $6. The swatches actually were pretty impressive, surprisingly. The makeup brushes, the Sharing is Caring two-piece dual-ended brush set is $17. They are really cute with this kind of glitter lava lamp effect. I also picked up the Get Through the Night setting spray, and that retails for $9. It has a lavender scent to it and a really great mister pump on it. I also picked up the color changing sponge called Always Care a Lot. The Always Care a Lot changing makeup sponge, which retails for $6. Super cute, purple, and it color changes to blue. And there were a ton more products included in this collection. There was body glitter, press-on nails, there was a face mist, there's lip mask, multiple lashes. I did pick up the Wish Big lashes, and I believe they retail for $6. And yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, how the products performed, continue watching. I usually do my face first and then go into my eyes, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this bronzer in Live, Laugh, Hug, which is a really cute name. Look at that. It looks like it should work on my complexion, but we will see. It's disappointing that there's only one shade. Hopefully it will work for me. I'm gonna start with my forehead. I feel like it is doing something. It's very subtle on my complexion so far. And I'm using like a big brush that kind of gives more of like an airbrush effect, which I like, but less chance of making it blotchy. Alright, I see it. Looks nice on my complexion, but I have to say, if I get a little darker in the summer, you're not going to be able to see that. I was intending to use this brush for the bronzer, but I think I'm going to use it for the blush. And it's Do What You Love, which is really cute. It's a bubblegum pink, so I'm not sure how that's going to look on my complexion either. Kind of dusty. I don't sense any smell to it. It is showing up. But it's very light. It's very, very light. The brush is very soft though. It's not my favorite color blush. Alright, we're going to use this side of it to do the highlighter. This is Let Your Light Shine. And I love the embossing on this one. So cute. It's powdery, but it does look pretty. The color is nice. I feel like it does look a little powdery, but with the setting spray we can kind of maybe melt it into the skin a little bit more. Alright, let's get into the eyeshadow. And we're going to use the brushes. How cute is that? So I was thinking of staying in this bottom row here because they swatch so pretty. So I think we're going to do the purples on the lid, and then I'm going to do the blue on the lower lash line to kind of just switch it up a little bit. And I've already primed my eyes with my NYX Ultimate Shadow and Liner Primer. So we're going to go into the first dark purple shade here, which is called Best Friend Bear, which I think is a pigment because it does have the asterisk next to it. It's definitely buildable, which is nice because you can go in initially and kind of actually create your own crease shade, and then you can build it up to make it darker. Because it initially goes on kind of light, but as you can see, I'm like building it out on the outer corner and then just lightly moving it forward so that it is kind of creating a gradient. Alright, I'm going to go into the shade Tender Heart, which is this one right here, just to blur the edges a little bit more. Now I'm going to take this shade here, which is Harmony Bear. These ones feel a little dry, but I don't mind that because I have oily lids. So that just means it's not going to crease. And I'm going to take that darker purple again and just kind of marry the two. Then we're going to take this one right here, which is Share Bear, and put that on the front part of the lid. It's more of a matte shade actually with some sparkle in it, but if you just tap it some of the part sparkle still stays. And then I'm going to go back into the middle purple shade and kind of blend the two together. I'm going to take the other side of that brush and go into that silvery shade. It has like purple and blue specks in it. It's called Carolot Bear. Yeah, Carolot Bear. We're going to use that in the inner corner. And then I'm going to bring it up just a little. Alright, I just cleaned the brush off of my arm. And we're going to go into Grumpy Bear, which is the blue shade. And I'm going to use this and try to be as precise as possible to put that on my lower lash line. Let's see what happens. It got much darker on the eye. I'm going to use a different brush just because this isn't that precise, and I do feel like I'm going to get the shadow in my eye or make a mess. So take Carolot Bear and bring it in from the inner corner. Alright, that is the look. I'm going to make the other side match and put on some mascara, and then we will try out the glosses. Alright, so this is the final look, and I have to say I was quite impressed with a lot of the products in here. Let's talk about just something really basic, is the bag. I feel like the bag was really well made. Like the stitching and everything looks really good, and I actually think that I could use this. I know that it's very childish, but I love the Care Bears and I don't care what other people think. And for $15, I think that's a really good product. The eyeshadow palette, I really hate the packaging just because I literally broke a fingernail. I'm gonna have to trim that now from opening this palette, but the shades are really nice, and I was really surprised with the pigmentation, the blendability. They are a little bit powdery, but they apply well, so I don't care about the powderiness of it. I think it's really, really cute. I don't love that there's two pressed glitters in here, but for the price point, it's not the biggest deal breaker for me. The lashes are really beautiful, and they were super easy to put on. I am not an experienced eyelash applicator person. I don't wear them very frequently, so the fact that they went on very, very easily is like a big win for me. As far as the face products go, I do kind of wish they came out with 2 shades of each thing. Maybe the highlighter could have been the one and only thing, because I do feel like this could work for somebody lighter than me, but because it is very gold, it could work for somebody darker than me. This is a little powdery, but after the setting spray, it does look like it's really gone into the skin, and it looks really, really beautiful. The blush, surprisingly, I feel like has warmed up just a tad on my skin, so it's not as bubblegum pink as I thought, but it would have been nice to have 2 shades of the blushes as well. And then the same with the bronzer. The bronzer worked on me, but just barely, and honestly, like if you're a darker complexion than me, you're gonna either have to pack this on like crazy, but it still might not even work on you. When I'm tan, I'm not sure that this is going to work for me. Is it adorable? Of course. The brushes. I've purchased Wet n Wild brushes before because I've gone camping and worn makeup camping. I know that sounds crazy, but I went camping one time, didn't have my makeup brushes with me, went to the Dollar Tree, purchased some Wet n Wild brushes, and I actually like the way they perform. These perform typical to their normal brushes, and they're very soft and nice on the skin. They're not scratchy, so I think they're adorable. I love the Care Bears. I love the little glitters, kind of lava lamp effect in them. I think they're super adorable, and definitely worth the price. The sponge I did not use because I totally forgot. I usually use brush for my foundation and very rarely use a sponge, but I'm going to insert a clip and you're going to see me squeezing the sponge. It's very soft and it does have the color changing effect. It changed just from the warmth of my hand. I did not wet the sponge to get the color changing effect, which was really, really cool. As far as the glosses, I will insert the swatches again, but they're really beautiful. I decided to put on the one that has the purple sparkle to it, the Sharon Smile shade, and I think it looks really beautiful with the look that I have. You know, I'm really impressed by these glosses. I typically would have never thought of getting a gloss from Wet n Wild, and surprisingly I really like them. I actually thought initially like I would buy these and if they were horrible I would give them to my daughters because I purchased Wet n Wild glosses for them in the past, but honestly I think I might keep these for myself. I'm a huge Care Bears fan. They actually don't quite care, so I'm gonna keep these. And the last thing that I tried out was the Wet n Wild setting spray. This is called Get Through the Night, and I love the sprayer on their bottles. I use the Twinkle Star one all the time and it has like a glow in it. I was a little disappointed that this one didn't have shimmer in it, but maybe other people don't like it and that's why. But I just thought, come on, like little stars in there, like I don't know. I really like this one. I do have this one, so I can't complain too much. It smells like lavender, which is beautiful. The mister, again, is gorgeous. If you don't like scents, this is not going to be for you. I did not pick up the face mist because, honestly, I didn't need both. But this was quite enjoyable to use. Overall, I'm really quite happy with the collection. The only things that I felt like could be better overall were the blush and the bronzer, but yeah, that's not that much. I didn't pick up the glitters, the body glitters or the press on nails because those are things that I would never use. I could give them to my daughter, but honestly they'd probably like rub them into the carpet or like trying to do a science fair project with it, so it's just not worth the trouble. Yeah, so thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm really excited about this whole thing. Let me know what you think. Did you pick up any pieces of the collection? I'd love to know. Thank you again. Love you guys. Bye.